All right, top Billin, it's game week. Your boy is grinning from ear to ear. Football is finally here. And man, I cannot absolutely wait. Tons of football action going on. Of course, I'm going to concentrate on some of these teams that I concentrated on the offseason. And I got to get to the Tennessee Titans, man. There's no more team that I'm excited about than the Tennessee Titans. There really isn't. I think the Tennessee Titans did a great job of nailing the offseason as far as its draft class, marrying that with free agent acquisitions that it got, and Vic Beasley, and of course recently here in the last couple of days, Jadeveon Clowney. So kind of shoring up that pass rush, adding into the guys that it already had. You heard the spiel before, man. Love me some Harold Landry. He's capable of giving you double-digit sacks. He already almost had that last season. A guy like Kamale Correa, Larrell Murchison, guys, of course, Jeffrey Simmons, who I think is one of the most ferocious. He's just a savage, right? Young guys that they have in the NFL. Jeffrey Simmons is a superstar in the making. You're surrounding him with guys like that and Isaiah Mack and Daquan Jones. But, man, the loss of Logan Ryan is something. Like, if Logan Ryan was coming back to this team, man, that shit would be amazing, right? But even with his departure and all the stuff that he could do, right? Of course, you could drop him in the box. He can work. He could almost work like an overhang defender. He could blitz the quarterback. Almost had 5 sacks. Nickel corner, could play your post safety. He could close off the middle of the field at a post safety. Could moonlight at an outside corner. He could do a lot of different shit, right? I think my man Kristian Fulton is built in that mode. He's very similar to that. He's a guy that you could very well see be an All-American safety when he was at LSU. He is that talented, right? Physical tackler. One of the better man coverage guys, if not the very best man coverage guy in all of college football the past couple of seasons. As a matter of fact, going into the season, you had to say that he was the best cornerback in all of college football. It was a toss-up between him and C.J. Henderson, and Kristian Fulton was dealing with some injuries, had a couple of poor performances that I believe dropped him to the second round. He's every bit the first-round draft pick that any of those guys who were picked, like a Jeffrey Okudah or whatever. You cannot tell me that Jeffrey Okudah is better than Kristian Fulton. I don't give a damn what you say. I saw Kristian Fulton with the hardest individual schedule out of anybody in college football, right? I seen Kristian Fulton go up against those boys at Ole Miss, like a A.J. Brown and a D.K. Metcalf, going against Jerry Jeudy and Henry Ruggs and all those guys at Alabama. Playing against the guys at Georgia. Like, he played some tough-ass guys, like Clemson Cats and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? That's how I judge cornerback play. He had a lot of success against those elite-level players, where a guy like Jeffrey Okudah, a very talented player, but you didn't really see him go against anybody really, right? No first round until the playoffs, right? Till his very last game. You saw him go against a guy like K.J. Hamler and these guys, but these elite-level guys being passed to by elite-level quarterbacks, we saw Kristian Fulton involved in stuff like that, right? So I believe that he could step right into that role. But they have other guys on the team, right, that could do that as well. Maybe Kristian Fulton is better built as an outside corner. You could have a guy like my man, Amani Hooker, right? I'm very interested to see what Amani Hooker can do. He can very well fill a role like that as well, more of a natural safety type there. Dane Cruikshank could possibly fill that role. But Kristian Fulton, man, if they were to give him the chance, I think he would excel in that role. I think he can blitz the passer. I think he can work well on the inside because of how well of a tackler he is, working with a two-way go. He has fluid hips, and he can do it all, man. So I want to react to some of these camp reps, see him going against his teammates in camp, and we'll get to some more stuff later on in the week, man. Get ready for that Denver game. All right, let's do it.
What more can I say?
Top Billin. All right, y'all, here we go, man. We're going to see my man Kristian Fulton right here, matched up with a cat like Khalif Raymond, a Georgia boy. Khalif Raymond is one of these guys you wouldn't want to see with a two-way go. One of these quicker than fast types and who can absolutely shake your jock loose. That's a crazy type matchup. You won't see that shit in the one-on-one coverage. There's some guys that, as great as they are, you would probably rather see them in a one-on-one camp rep than a guy like Khalif Raymond, who has an infinite amount of space to work in just because he's so shifty and everything. So, all right, let's go ahead and run this right quick. We're running a couple of times. Look at the transition. Come on, man. Look at the transition. I love it. Look at this. And Khalif Raymond does a great job. You see that hard stem on back to the inside, right? Hard stem back to the inside to shake him off right here. Right there. Boom. But let's go ahead and get it from the bottom right here. So, pause. All right. So, now as far as Kristian Fulton right here, pretty nice base width. Maybe bent a little too far over his skis here with his back. I would like to probably see a little bit more bend in his knees and kind of keep his back just a little bit straighter, right? Almost like a defensive posture in basketball, right? To be able to get for that, because you're going to have to eventually pop up anyway, right? As you see, the first thing he does, right, is pop up. Why not already be there, right? So look, so he pops up. Now look, this is a cold approach, right? No hands-on man or anything, so he just wants to ride the hip pocket. And look at him. He does just that. It's a quick transition, so you got to be able to react, right? It's a quick transition. Got to be able to react, but you got to be able to close that space off, and that's exactly what he does. Khalif Raymond reacts, gives him a hard stem to the inside, but, hey, his patience pays off right there. He does not give a rip. Now look at him. When he finds out or figures out what this is, right, an out route going there, look at the angle that he cuts. The angle that he cuts, right, puts him in position to make the play where he becomes the receiver rather than just going behind Khalif Raymond. Look at that. And he breaks it up with his outside arm. Breaks up with his outside arm. So, man, you can probably say something about the pass, but he's blanketed so hard. If you're a quarterback, what the hell are you going to do? There's really nowhere to pass the ball in that particular situation. That is a hell of a rep. Hell of a rep, ladies and gentlemen. All right, you can check this particular rep again from this side. You can really see how quick it moves. Oh, one more time. Way to feel his way through the route, right? He felt his way through that particular route. He understood exactly where he's at. Some of the things you got to look for, like when I was playing, you would always think about, all right, which hash are they on? How are they aligned? Are they in a nasty split? Or are they at a plus split? There's certain routes that can be ran or more likely will be ran on certain alignments. So always keeping that in mind, you can tell that he understands the game of football. So look at this. He's going to work. Turn right here with his transition. He understands that he has inside leverage. So if Khalif Raymond wants to go back to the inside, he's going to have to fight through him to get there. And it'll be easy for him to just turn and flip his hips and do that. So, but he could play a little bit more aggressive, knowing that he has an inside approach to be able to hit these out-breaking routes here. So you can see him turn and transition with him, cut that great angle, and then the route is his. He becomes the receiver. Khalif Raymond has to become the defensive back. Now, the Tennessee Titans, right, they have a couple of monsters at receiver. One being A.J. Brown, who's going to be a superstar. The other being Corey Davis, who I think has a chance to be as good as damn A.J. Brown. Him playing at a lower level of college football, maybe his adjustment period probably is a little bit longer, but the tools are there. Corey Davis is a monster. I think he'll have a big year too. So he gets to go against some guys, man, up in practice. They have some guys on the Tennessee Titans, some real good guys. All right, so these are the type of situations where I look at somebody and I'm like, yeah, I think he actually may be ready for prime time right now. Now he's going against Adam Humphries right here. If anybody knows anything about football, they know Adam Humphries is a route runner extraordinaire. He almost went for 1,000 yards a couple of years ago when he was up in the NFC South with Tampa. Adam Humphries is that dude dating way back to Clemson, right? So this guy can run some routes. And it makes me wonder if they are actually working him out at the slot with him going against guys like Khalif Raymond and Adam Humphries. But check this out. He does this so good, I don't even know what the hell the route is. It looks like Humphries tries to work back to the inside. It looks like it's going to be a curl. I don't know. It looked like he made Adam Humphries confused, right? He dislodged that man from his own memory. He turned like a curl into like a into a jerk route or some shit like that, right? Dislodged the man from his memory because you're doing perfect technique, right? Another cold approach here. It looks like it's a cold approach, but just staying in his hip pocket, right up in his hip pocket. A savvy veteran like Adam Humphries. Now look at this. I don't know if it looked like he could. Let me see. No, he turns. Yeah, it looks like he's trying to work back to the inside here. Work back to the inside on an in-breaking route. But he's right there with that inside leverage. You're not going to be able to work back through him like that. He ends up slipping, right? He almost fertilized this man. He almost put Adam Humphries in fertilizer mode just by having some really great defense and great defensive technique. So right there, the quarterback had nowhere to go. It would have been a sack. That's too long for that route right there. Adam Humphries is like, damn, what was that? Look at this again. No, sir. Ready. Worked on the transition. He was ready. Look at that. On guard. Another good rep. All right, y'all. So this is the last one I have right here as far as reps go. I like this rep right here. It's another one going against a Rashard Davis, another guy that I think would have been a slot receiver. So you Tennessee Titans fans, I know you know your team as far as the day-to-day operations better than I do. Let me know if they are actually thinking about putting Kristian Fulton in the slot, letting them work for Logan Ryan there. Same number too, right? So, all right, check this one out right here. It's already in progress. So now he looks like I want him to look at the onset of a route right here. Back is a little bit straighter here. Look at the base width. Now he's ready. Arms at both sides to be able to react. But we get to see him work this time out of a pedal. Working out of a pedal. Look at the transition. Look at that. The route was caught, right? These routes are indefensible in a camp rep because he's not really going anywhere. And he's working back to the ball here. Run it one more time, full speed. Boom. Whipped it. Now, there you go. So, working that right there. But just look at him working out of the pedal here. Look how smooth it is. You can tell that he went to DBU. Now, look at him. As soon as that man works, you see the hip flip right there? Smooth transition. Take that right hip, flip it. He's ready to rock. Now, look. As soon as he bogs down, you bog down. Look, he ran the route right with him. He's mirroring the hell out of this particular route. But Rashard Davis does a great job of just working back towards the ball, but he's right there on it. This would have been, what, a 3-yard gain? 3-yard game, and then Rashard Davis would have probably got suplexed on his neck, belly to back suplex. Man would have been wheelchair bound. So, all right, so as far as Kristian Fulton goes and his prospects for this season, he's ready to go. He's played a ton of football at LSU, a ton of high-level football, and a ton of high-level football in high-level spots. We saw the road to the national championship last year, and the SEC West, just the SEC period, has been loaded with elite receivers that he got to go against. So I could go on and on with the type of guys that he saw, the guys at Florida, Van Jefferson and these guys. He went against all the top guys. He had the best individual schedule out of anybody, including C.J. Henderson. C.J. Henderson we didn't get to see play against in Alabama. So we got to see he play against in Alabama. But then again, he didn't get the chance to play against LSU because he played on LSU. So maybe somewhere very similar right there, but very close, if not. But the 1A, 1B there, those were my top two guys going into the season. And some injuries kind of derailed Kristian Fulton and C.J. Henderson for that matter, right? And I think just the 1-year sample size of Jeffrey Okudah caused people to do that shit that I hate, right? That's that small sample size, what I call premature evaluation, right? So you got to have a longer sample size to me, and both C.J. Henderson and Kristian Fulton had that. But, hey, it ain't nothing to it but to do it. We'll see when these guys go in the NFL. But, man, speaking of Jerry Jeudy, you can very well see that matchup on Monday night. So I'll be looking forward to that. Maybe I'll double back and see what those guys did against each other there. It'd be nice to perhaps preview that. But, all right, with that being said, man, make sure you like this bad boy. Make sure you comment. Tell a friend to tell a friend. It's your boy Murf, the Underground King. I'll be back with some more on this one. Maybe even, I don't know, might go live, talk about the game or something like that. But you guys let me know, all right? Until then, man, salute. It's your boy Murf, the Underground King. Peace.
What more can I say?
Top Billin.